Hello and welcome to our Luxembourg PVC stories. Today we are with Giuliano Bidoli, Tax Director at BC Partners. Welcome, Giuliano.
Thank you, Stefan. Really happy to be here with you today.
It's really a pleasure to start again our series. If you saw it on YouTube, the last one was a special edition with BNP Paribas Security Services, and now we are taking again our one-to-one discussions. So, what can you tell us about BC Partners? How, when, and who started this adventure?
Yeah, so BC Partners started in 1986, but as a Baring Capital Investor Limited. And the two founders was Otto van Dijk and Burgers, Jan Burgers. So the purpose of having BC Partners at Baring Capital Investor was really to advise funds for deployment, for doing investment and management buyout. That was the reason behind. But in 1995, there was the collapse of the Baring Bank, so which leads then the principal to do a spin out, and that's how you know today BC Partners. So in a nutshell, BC Partners exists, I would say, 35 years. And if you would compare that in figures, that would mean in 35 years, I would say more than 124 investment in 18 countries, which represent roughly, I would say, more than 161 billion euro of total enterprise value. So that's in a nutshell what is BC Partners today.
Wow, that's really an impressive track record. And I mean, you already touched upon it, your main activity, and do you have also a core philosophy?
Yeah, so when BC Partners started 35 years ago, so the purpose was to do private equity, management buyout, leverage buyouts, everything which you know. But more and more, so today we have the three asset classes. So we have private equity, real estate, and credit fund. And what diversified BC Partners is really, if I can say, it's connecting people. Is the relationship with the investors, and with the entrepreneurs, because typically the entrepreneurs where we buy the company is mainly they want to have increase the international touch base, and they want to have someone with bringing added value, knowledge, and etc. And so in order to do that, it's this kind of relationship that we build with our investors and entrepreneurs when we do that. I would say that's really the philosophy, the relationship, touch, and connecting people, if I can say that.
Which really makes sense. Really, we always hear that it's a hands-on business, but also a people's business. So
exactly.
That's where you make the difference. I mean, you also described a little bit already now the investment sectors you're particularly following. Anything you would like to add on that?
So I would say there are four core sectors that we are looking for, but we invest obviously in other sectors. I would say it's definitely healthcare, software, TMT, and consumer business. So, but if I can, I need to read it because there in 35 years we have done really a lot of investment. So if we can say that, so for business services we have done in the last 35 years. 25 deals in 9 countries. For financial services, 3 deals in 2 countries. Consumer, 40 deals in 8 countries. Retail, 11 deals in 7 countries. Industrial, 25 deals in 8 countries. TMT, 20 deals in 8 countries. And healthcare, 15 deals in 8 countries. So you see, really, it's not, we have a core sector where we invest, but we are looking more globally as well, or if we find really interesting targets to invest in. So you see it's very cross sectors, but I would say in the last years with the pandemic, I think one of the focus was really healthcare, and also digital business.
Completely makes sense, but here again, I mean, I think not much to add on such numbers. You mentioned also globally, BC Partners. So what's your setup looking like, and where are your main offices? And finally, how many people do work for BC Partners?
So there are more than 180 people working for BC Partners globally. So our main office, it is London, obviously, New York, Hamburg, Paris, not to forget Luxembourg and Guernsey. So in the, I would say in the, it's a mix of deal team, deal guys, and then also the support functions, which are across then Europe. The focus, the countries of focus of BC Partners is really Europe and North America, where we do our investment. Yeah.
Okay, that really makes sense.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the Luxembourg presence,
Yeah.
for sure, very important in the setup. What's a little bit your operating model here?
Yeah, Luxembourg, the journey of BC Partners in Luxembourg started really a long time ago. It's 1999. So where BC Partners came to Luxembourg. So the journey started with one person. So really, I would say a back office people, you know, doing all the, I would say, accounting management of the Luxembourg vehicles. But it has increased in time. So if we look today we are 6 people in Luxembourg, really a strong middle office. And then we have also our accountants, which are 6 people as well. The accounting is not done internally, even though the people are sitting in our offices, the accounting is outsourced. But they are sitting physically in our offices. So that's really how the setup is look like in Luxembourg, with really a strong middle office where we do everything, which is day-to-day management of the Luxembourg vehicles, the funds, everything which assisting the deal team when doing this, the acquisition, the structuring. So it's really a hand-in-hand work with the deal team and across the various offices and Luxembourg and Guernsey, by the way, as well, and London.
And it absolutely fits also the evolution of Luxembourg as really from back office to middle office, and also looking in the future for more front office function. And that's a bit also my next question. Would more deal persons make sense in Luxembourg, investor relations, fundraising, or other tasks we have not imagined yet?
Making sense, I would say yes, definitely. And I believe that when the journey started of the private equity, if you look back in time, they started as having really only, and I would say between brackets, a back office. So if you go today, you have P houses that have strong middle office. You have as well some who have already deal team guys in Luxembourg or the IR. So it makes definitely sense. So there are things that needs to, you know, to slightly change, but I hope that to see in the future a more importance on Luxembourg for growing as well, not only having a strong middle office in Luxembourg, but as well having really front office, because I think the capacity we have in Luxembourg to welcome these people as well.
And that would also be nice progress and one of the next steps for us in the future to push further. You mentioned Luxembourg. How do you see a bit our ecosystem and the infrastructure here? Anything we should really work on or upgrade?
Yeah, I would put it this way. Infrastructure side, I think there has been an amazing evolution in Luxembourg. So if I think when I started 2001 and I compare today, it's amazing. So public transport has increased. We have the tram, we have business school, we have English classes in public school as well. So infrastructure wise, I think Luxembourg is very well established. So there's things still to do, but I think the progression was amazing if I look back and today. I would say that's really good as well, also to attract, you know, these kind of deal people guys or IR. So they come mostly of Anglo-Saxon countries, and then we can offer them, you know, for their kids, this kind of school, English teachers classes, etc. On the ecosystem side, I would say the same, but I believe what people have see what was missing, I think, but it's coming in the pandemic time when we all were working at home in the lockdown. I would say it's a digitalization. No, I think that's it's starting to be done, but I think that if I can just add a slightly point,
please, that's the purpose.
It's really the digitalization that needs to be done. You know, we receive still some documents per paper, etc.
So it's more on the administrative side.
Exactly. If we can do, and I think that would be simplify and speed up as well the process with some of the public administration. Yeah.
Okay, very good point, and a good hint also to do some leverage in the future. You know, that has also become a classics of this Luxembourg PVC stories. It's the personal questions.
Okay, yeah.
Giuliano, what did you study and where did you start your career? Because joining the private equity and venture capital worlds is fabulous, but how did you do it?
Yeah, my past was, I would say, slightly atypical. No? So when I finished school in Luxembourg, the baccalaureate, I was not sure to go to the university. And I said, okay, let's do something. I've done that was called the cycle court at the Centre Universitaire de Luxembourg. It was 2 years after the baccalaureate. And there I started, I've done the 2 years and I had some tax classes. So with, I can remember it was Alain Steichen, Claude Zimmer, Claude Kramer. It was very interesting. So after the 2 years,
famous names.
Yeah, absolutely. After the 2 years, so I decided to go working. I started working company fiduciaire. It's now BDO, I think. It was together with Ernst & Young, and so I was there in the financial engineering. And after 7-8 months, I wanted to do tax, go in the tax section. And
that's where the passion came from.
Yeah, okay. Exactly. And the partner at that time said, no, you listen, you have only 2 years, not the full university. You need to have the university degree in order to be on the tax side. I said, okay, that's okay. So I resigned and I went back to school. So unfortunately, Belgium hasn't recognized my diploma I had in Luxembourg. So I had to do the full 4 years university, but I had some a subject that I've done here in Luxembourg recognized. So I have done the 4 years in 3 years. So I have done a Candy Unique, which is the 2 first years in 1 year.
Okay.
It was really tough, believe me.
Accelerated mode.
Yeah, okay. It was really tough. And then I came back and I started in 2001 at KPMG.
Okay.
So my background is really a Big Four background, and always worked in the tax section. No. And then
the move to BC Partners.
And then I was lucky because BC Partners was looking for a qualified person with a strong tax knowledge and background. But as well, you know, when you're working for then a P houses and the team is, I would say, it's not like you go and working in a team with 200 or 300 people. It was 6. You know, you need to fit and you need to know the team. And as BC Partners back in time was already my client, so I know them, I know the transaction, etc. And so they came to me and they asked me if I wanted to join them. And I haven't hesitated 1 minute, and I said, yes, let's do that. So I started at BC on the 1st January 2019.
Excellent choice.
Yeah.
So you made it.
I don't regret it.
Which advice would you give to young talents nowadays? I mean, that can be a little bit on the skills, experiences they should gather, or even values.
Yeah. So patience, first of all, even though I was not very well known as being patient, I have to admit that, but they're really patient, or eager to learn, or thinking out of the box. Really, that's going out of the comfort zone, because that's where it's where you learn really the most. Values is honesty, be kind. I think that's and listen to the other people as well. So I would say that's really the most important values. Yes, honesty, kindness, and yeah.
Good description, honestly. Number one colleague everybody wishes to have, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, it's not easy because, but I think you know definitely Luxembourg is doing a talent attraction. We need to do that.
Yeah.
because we need really talented people in Luxembourg to work, and then you see a lot of businesses coming, etc. And so we need to have this kind of young people really that they are really want to learn, want to listen, and sitting there and really thinking out of the box, definitely.
Yeah. Completely share this vision. I mean, that's why we have the academy, partnerships,
exactly,
and the job fair. Yes.
Exactly, which is very good, very good. So I think the your academy is very successful, and that's where people are learning, want to progress their knowledge, and then coming to work for PE houses. So yeah.
Very inspiring, Giuliano. Thanks for sharing all those details. Any person or leader you would like to highlight which played a role in your life?
I think I've mentioned them already. The three people really who gave me the flavor of tax was definitely the one that I had at the Centre Universitaire.
Yes.
It was Alain Steichen, Claude Sima, and Claude Kremer. They definitely gave me really the flavor of tax. So I remember when I started working, I read all the books of Alain Steichen, Le Précis de droit fiscal.
Which books would you, or TV series, podcasts, even music, would you also recommend to our community?
Books, I would say on the professional side, all the tax books, Précis de droit fiscal, hybrid mismatches, transfer pricing, DAX 6, but definitely not the most, but when I'm on vacation, the ones that I like to read is Dan Brown. I like this, I like him, it's Da Vinci Code, The Lost Symbol, Angel and Demons. Very good because it mix of history and suspense and fiction. Suspense, yes. Very, very interesting. Series, I'm definitely a fanatic of series. So.
Okay, that will be a long list then.
That's definitely a long list. So I was very pleased having Netflix. So
thanks a lot. Yes.
The series, I would say, the one most famous, I would say, it's Friends.
Okay.
But then you have the Blacklist, I like to watch this kind of series. So there's a lot of them, and I'm trying to. This series is mostly, after a long day, it's really to think something, to stop thinking and to change, and then a looking serious. Yes. So.
You're absolutely right. I mean, life is not only work, but
exactly.
important part of it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Giuliano, thanks a lot for taking the time for joining us for these Luxembourg PVC stories. It was really a pleasure. Yeah. And we count on you also, if you want, as a board member, ExCom member, and also co-chair of our different tax committees. You heard it. This is an important element also of Giuliano's life, and it's crucial also in Luxembourg. Just for the next events, for the LPA, it's quite easy. It will be next week, our flagship conference, The Insights, on the 28th. So you can join physically or also electronically. So don't hesitate, and please come and spend the day with us in order to discuss the hottest topics around technology, innovation, impact, and certainly also DeFi and blockchain.
Yeah, definitely go to Insight Conference. I'm registered.
Excellent.
I'm attending.
Thanks a lot for joining, and see you soon.